Hello, I'm back with big questions of life. So there's a pandemic, and a pandemic like this can bring these big questions of life to the forefront of your mind. Now, what are big questions of life? Big questions of life, what I am calling big questions of life are these questions of ultimate significance. Questions of ultimate significance. Is there such a thing as right and wrong, or objective truth? Can I know what's right and wrong? Why is there evil in the world? Is there a purpose in life? What happens to me when I die? Look, dolphins, puppies, beavers, rose bushes, they don't care about the answers to these questions, but we do. Your children, they care about the answers to these questions. So the way you answer these questions, you yourself personally, it will influence how your children will answer these questions too. So I want to help you think through some of these. Now, what is the question for today? So what is the big question of life for today? So there's a pandemic. You need to answer questions about God. Is there a God? Who is he? What is he like? Can I know this God? You need to answer these questions. Now, it helps if you have a tool that guides you through what you actually need to say to answer this question, because it's not enough to say that, yes, there is a God, because just saying that would leave a lot of other unanswered questions, such as, well, who is he? How many? How many are there? Is there only one? What kind of God is he, and can I know him? So it helps having an outline to remember what to say in response to that question. The tool that we use at Faith Presbyterian Church to both teach children, but I also hope that the adults are learning some of these, is a catechism. A catechism is just a tool that has questions and answers, and we call it catechism, this word that you don't use it very often in your everyday life, but catechism is a word that comes from the Greek, and it means to instruct. So catechisms are tools to instruct, and it takes you through a series of questions that outlines what you need to know about a biblical worldview. It helps you to form a biblical worldview. So here's how the children's catechism that we use answers this question, this big question of life about God. Who made you? God. What else did God make? God made all things. Why did God make you in all things? For his own glory. So look what we learned about God just on these three already. We learned that he's the creator God. He's the one who created all things. All things were created by him, and he created all things for his own glory, which must mean that all things were created good, because he created them for his own glory. Then we continue. How can you glorify God? By loving him and doing what he commands. Why are you to glorify God? Because he made me and takes care of me. So there gives you, if you believe the answers to these questions, it already starts to shape what you are learning, because you have to learn how to love God and what is it that he has commanded us to do. And it also reminds us, especially in the midst of a pandemic, that he's the one who takes care of me. He's the one who's sustaining all of this. And that's why I am to glorify him. And it continues. Is there more than one true God? How does the Bible answer that question? No, there is only one true God. And in how many persons does this one God exist? Now we're asking some specific questions about, wow, tell me more. What is this God like? Well, he exists in three persons. Name these three persons: the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Now look at this. It's one God, triune, and now we'll start talking about Jesus and the Holy Spirit, which is God interacting with man inside of his creation. In other words, I can know him, I can have a relationship with him, and it also opens up all these other questions about Jesus. I mean, who is Jesus? What did he come here to do? And what does that have to do with me personally? He is the creator God. He is triune. Jesus is the Son of God. He is knowable. Now, the things that you are doing daily, do they affirm the biblical worldview? Like, do they affirm these things? Or do they undermine these things? let me ask you this another way. The things that your children are learning, whether be it from you, from school, or from Princess Elsa in the Disney Plus streaming service, do those things affirm or undermine this worldview of God as the only one triune God who created all things and takes care of all things and can do all things and all the other things that the Children's Catechism teaches us about the biblical worldview of who God is? So that's the answer to this big question of life for today. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on our next video with another big question of life. Take care. God bless you.